Hey guys, I'm Anya. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. On this channel, I post faith-based content. Going to be trying to post once a week, preferably on Sundays. In the past, I've been posting all over the place just because I have been traveling, but now I have finally settled in Australia, so I am going to be posting consistent content. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about sex. The world teaches that sex isn't a big deal, that it's transactional. If you love or find someone remotely attractive, you might as well sleep with them. I'm going to explain why sex is the #1 reason you keep getting hurt, you can't get over your ex, or you find yourself getting attached to people way too easily. God doesn't tell us not to do things because he wants to steal our fun. Sex is beautiful and God knows how great it is. He created it. He wants you to enjoy sex to the fullest, but in the way that he designed it. First, I want to reflect on Genesis 24. It says, "Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." So, I want to dig into this a little bit deeper. Sex was created to be had between a man and a woman to unite them as one. When you're in a relationship with someone and you're continuously having sex with them, in the spiritual realm, you're creating something that is called a soul tie, which basically just means that your soul is being intertwined with another person. So referring back to that biblical reference, becoming one flesh, two that is now one. This can make you feel like you're with the person you're absolutely supposed to be with. They feel like your husband because that's what it was designed to be, between a man and a woman that are united as one in marriage and a covenant, and you feel that strong connection. Your relationship could feel like it's one of a kind or very unique, like a love like no other. It could very well be your person, or it could just be the sex. Either way, it's going to feel very similar, and that's a very risky place to be. So now I want to talk about soul ties and breakups. We have all accepted that breakups are just one of the most painful experiences that we all just go through in life. But it's not supposed to be like that. Breakups are not meant to hurt as much as they do. It's not supposed to take you so long to get over someone. This is because even though you may be physically separate from someone during a breakup, in the spiritual realm, you are still very much connected. This may sound bizarre, but if you've ever experienced the pain of a separation from the breakup, you know exactly what feeling I'm talking about. It just feels wrong. It feels unnatural to not be with this person anymore because every single part of your being still feels connected to them. This is why it can literally feel like you've lost a limb, like you've lost a part of yourself, like they've walked away with a piece of you. I've even heard people say things like, "I still have dreams about my ex from years ago." Or during the breakup, they even feel like they can still sense their partner's emotions or their thoughts. It hasn't happened to me personally, but I've heard people say that, and it doesn't shock me. Those who know God know that prayer is the only way to be set free from a spiritual soul tie. But if you're unaware that you have a soul tie, it can take you years to get over someone or never really fully be able to get over them. Soul ties are real, they're powerful, and they're dangerous. Let me share this revelation that God gave me. Let's compare this to a friendship. Okay? Think about a long-term friendship that you've had that's ended. It hurts. It's sad. It sucks. It's disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, that it hurts. But does it give you the same gut-wrenching, desperate, obsessive, longing pain that you get from the romantic relationship ending? Feeling the desperate need to see or talk to them after a year or 6 months, still struggling so hard to get over someone that they barely even really had a relationship with. But just to kind of put it into perspective, if you've lost a friend that's you've been friends with even 2, 3, 4 years, does it feel the same way? Point 3 is that sex confuses you. Having sex before marriage can keep you in the wrong relationships. Have you ever wondered why people marry the wrong person? Why people will stay in relationships with people that physically abuse them? Why people stay in toxic relationships? People say that relationships get better after you have sex. If it wasn't for the power of sex, would you still even really want to be with them? Don't allow premarital sex to keep you in toxic relationships or the wrong relationship, and evidently just keeping you from the person that God actually has for you. You can know that someone isn't right for you, but because of that emotional, physical, and spiritual attachment that you have to them, it makes it a lot more confusing and difficult to make that decision. And if you finally get the courage to do it, you're gonna have to endure some serious pain and have a lot of trouble moving forward without them. Now let's say you are with the person that God has for you. Do you really want the enemy steering your relationship or God? Sin allows the enemy to have a foothold in your relationship. God cannot bless a relationship that is outside of his design. We cannot have one foot in the world and one foot in the kingdom. Sure, you may be able to make it, but it's going to be a lot more difficult because you're giving the enemy ground in your relationship. And if we are allowing the enemy to dictate or speak to us or lead us away in sin, we are making things a lot more difficult, and we need to hear God in order to know how to love our partners fully. If you truly love your partner, they are so worth the wait, and what God has for you as you are being obedient to him, you're going to be blessed so much more in your future marriage. Point 5, you do not need to have sex with someone before knowing if they're right for you. I think that claim is bogus. It is your love for someone that makes sex beautiful. Make the effort to please you in the way that you need. Having sex does not help you find the right relationship. It actually heightens your chances of being in the wrong relationship. Point 6, love and attachment are very different. In our society, we have created a messed up version of love. Love is not needing someone to complete you, feeling like you can't live without them, being overly dependent on someone. Love doesn't make you do crazy things. Love isn't a feeling or a momentary spark. Love isn't just someone that can please you in the bedroom. Love isn't needing someone to make you feel validated. This world has created an unhealthy version of love that has confused us and glorified toxic and unhealthy relationships, and heartbreak is just a regular part of life. God never intended any of this for us. The psychological pain and emotional attachment that comes from a heartbreak is difficult enough, and adding that spiritual attachment as well too can make it seem like it's going to be impossible to move on. I am speaking from my own experience. I was in a very long-term relationship, and when it ended, it was one of the hardest things that I've ever gone through. God has brought me into all truth, and it's his love and wisdom that has taught me to protect and guard my heart at all costs, and that momentary satisfactions are not worth it. I'm telling you, it's all fun and games until it's not. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys again in the next one. Bye.